Does your closet look like this? Useless because you can store that much? Stick around and I will show you how to get the most out of your closet, just like I did in these ones. So here are the things that you're gonna need for this project: piece of wood, a electrical driver, a manual driver, a pencil, level, measuring tape, and if you're doing it in drywall, you're gonna need some drywall screws, or this project could be done straight to the wood. So the first step of this project is gonna be to measure the area where you want to put the shell. So here we got about 42.5 inches by, and then here is where your liking is gonna come. Obviously, you might want to come all the way to the other end, but in my case I want to come about 23 inches. Leave this much space to put stuff on top of the shell. So record these measurements: 23 inches and 42 inches. Remove all the stuff that might be on your way. Next, what you want to do is you're gonna want to cut your piece of wood. So I have done that step, and as you can see, I come to 42 inches and 23.5, and that's what I was able to find the piece of shell to those measurements. So this was originally 48 and 23 and 3/4. So I just turned down the 48 to 42, but I left the 23 and 3/4, which was pretty close to what I wanted. Okay, so now we got our brackets, and there is really two ways of doing this. You can put the bracket first into the shelf, or you can put the bracket first into the wall. Just position your brackets in the wood, and then make sure that the painted part is gonna be facing forward. You don't want to end up with the unpainted part on the front. So here my painted part is forward. I got the longer part in the wood and the shorter part into the wall. So once you position your brackets, what you want to make sure with your level is that you're gonna make sure that those brackets are gonna be flush with the wood. That way we won't get any gaps back here. So once you figure that out, you can make markings. Make sure this is straight. For the bolts that are gonna be on the wood, we're gonna be using these 10 by 3/4. So essentially what you want with these bolts is that you don't want nothing that's gonna go through the wood. So obviously they're gonna have to be shorter than the width of the wood. Alright, so you're gonna drive your bolts where you mark them. Make sure you don't move them like I just did. If you do, start over. Show your flash. And you can do this with a normal screwdriver, obviously. Got one. We have attached our brackets to the shelf, and now we're ready to put it on the wall. So once you put the shelf on here,
you want to find its rough location.
So one important thing is that remember you wanna hang clothes here, so you wanna leave some clearance here to make sure you can hang those clothes. And also you don't wanna put it too high where you cannot put anything under it. So just find a sweet balance. Now you grab your helper and okay, so one of you grabs the
I put that one up. Right there is just perfect. And hopefully the person helping you is someone that you really like.
So since I'm doing this to my drywall, I'm gonna be using these drywall screws. So we have marked where our shell is gonna go. Now we're gonna drive this into the drywall. It will give us strength and stiffness to hang the
Shelf.
So this is the part that I highly recommend using an electrical driver. Because if you were to do that with a manual,
it would take much more effort.
so we have put our drywall screws there. Now we are ready to actually hang the shell. So here's the finished job. And then it looks great, and then let's check how we did with the leveling. So we did pretty good. So now the next step is just to put the stuff that you took off, and we're all done. And now with the project done, we're ready to start storing stuff. So if you like this video, make sure that you stick around for more home improvement videos. Thank you so much, and have a great day.